course, again, we will invite our dear guest to our studio.
Mr. Rameen.
Yes. Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Perfect. What about you?
Doing good, thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Happy to
You can
see
see
you.
there.
Okay.
Of course, first of all, this is the first time or you have participated a lot of such kind of live stream.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me, and I want to say hello to your audience, wherever they are. This has been my first one, my first honor. Thank you for inviting me here.
Well, you feel so confident. It doesn't look like that is the first time of yours.
Of course, thank you very much.
I've been in front of TV before.
Thank you very much again for accepting our offer. We really appreciate your precisely time and work.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me, and hopefully we'll have an interesting discussion.
Of course. And first of all, could you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I grew up in New York City, and you know, it's a popular city. And the thing is, the borough is Queens. That I grew up. I went to school in New York University, in Princeton University. I studied master's degree. Then, believe it or not, 20 years ago, I was in Uzbekistan working for USAID. And then I went back to the US, and 20 years later, I'm back here.
Okay, perfect. And of course, can you share with us somehow unique information, your educational institution, as well as...
So when I came here, one of the things that I wanted to do is bring that level of education that I've seen in the United States. I want to bring it here. Okay, so we're doing two things. So we're doing technical, vocational education on the one side. This means we're trying to teach skills so that people could find jobs easily. Universities take 4 years, for example, and they will teach you, may or may not teach you the skills you need to find a job. We will teach you from 1 month to 6 months, find the skills that you need, and then hopefully we'll send you to some place that we could hire you. That's on one end, technical vocational. On the other side, we also have other courses in English and IELTS and all of that, so that like basic conversation, American conversation, we have American speech, writing, how to write better. So we have a wide range of courses that we teach.
All right, and the next question, I'm so interested in why actually you chose to do what you do. I mean, what was the motivation, or who was the motivation to choose your life path, your career path?
Yes.
Well, you know, it has taken me some time. I had a long career, over 20 years of working experience. When I was invited, I came to Uzbekistan. I really had a good memory from Uzbekistan before. That's why I chose to come here. And all throughout my career, I wanted to do something useful, something that people could benefit from, not just to make money. So for that reason, whatever I have chosen because it helps people. And it fulfills me as a person as well, that I feel like I've done something good to the world. So when I came here, I looked at the different options. What should I do? What can I do that's more useful? Of course, I can teach in some university, I can do all of this, and I'm open to this. However, I wanted to do something more. I saw there's a lot of young people and they don't have the necessary skills to get the kind of jobs they want and make the kind of money that they want. Skills are very important. So I opened the American Institute and I said, you know what, maybe I can help. So I have connections with the expat community, with the foreign community abroad, here, and also professionals in Uzbekistan, and I wanted to do something useful for them. So I have been an advisor to technical vocational training in different places. I have worked in 10 countries. I visited about 50 countries, but I worked in about 10 countries. So getting that experience and understanding what is needed, I started American Institute, and I also started these classes that we wanted to do. So everything that I'm doing and I've done is just to help people out.
Perfect. This is really interesting. And can you tell us what will be the unique side or difference your university, your institution, comparing to other ones, especially in Uzbekistan and around the world as well?
Well, the one unique thing that we bring in here is the experiences that I have and the professionals that work with me. They have international experience, and we will bring that for one thing. The second thing that we will bring is short courses. If you are you're coming to us because you want to learn skills to do something, to go to work. We will not teach you, like, for example, all the philosophy. We will teach you what you need to learn in a short amount of time, so that your time is not wasted and that you get the skills that you need. So when you go to a job, for example, if you're doing a mechanic, we're not going to take you to a car that is from 1980. We will show you inside of a car from 2020, so that when you go back to the work that you're doing, the machines that you have or whatever you have is the same as what the industry and what the business is using, so that you're very familiar with that. So we'll bring professionalism, that level of education in the United States, that sort of a thinking of the West. I'll try to bring that here.
Of course, really interesting journey. And as you mentioned earlier, that you have worked, if I'm not mistaken, more than 15 countries.
10 countries.
10 countries, yes. And what was your job at that country? If I'm not mistaken, you are currently doing some kind of teaching sphere. And the reason why, can you share with us your teaching philosophy?
Okay. First of all, I have worked in different spheres. I was, before you asked me why I chose the career, because I wanted to be useful. I saw something that I could be useful, and I tried to do that. So I had business, I worked an advisor to the government, and I also have an NGO, as you call it, non-profit work, that, charity work and all of that. So I work in all these three spheres. Now, I've worked with the science and technology. I was the head of a museum of science and technology. I was the head of a university, college, basically, an institute. I was also the head of companies, different companies, and also NGOs. So this has been my work in different countries, and I have different experiences from these. It's not all teaching. I was also advising, yes, consulting. I was invited to NASA. I was in NASA.
Perfect.
Yes,
Which
interesting.
sphere you have found yourself?
I'm sorry?
Which sphere you have found yourself?
Well, I said that I've tried whatever I try to do, I try to be good at it. If I'm not good at it, I'm not going to do it. So in science and technology, I had to work really hard to relearn everything I learned in school, in college, and all of this about science, so that I could be effective. And I was very effective, was very good. I was the head of a museum. That's why I was invited to NASA. In Washington, D.C., we went and talked. Unfortunately, COVID happened and everything fell apart, but I have some pictures from there, and it was a very interesting experience. I've also given a TED Talk on arts and how to do business and arts and things like that as well. So I have a wide variety of things that I have done in different countries. I've done different things.
Perfect, really interesting, yeah?
That is
makes
amazing.
sense.
That is unique.
Yes, sure.
You have tried about 5 or 10 professions, right? You said, I have counted teaching, the head of the university, the head of the museum. You were about to start working for NASA.
No, not work for NASA. Because I was at the museum, I was invited to go to NASA and then work collaboratively with them. So we tried that, but COVID happened and everything fell apart. Otherwise, I would have been working in collaboration with NASA.
So your final step as of now, that is teaching, am I right?
I'm the head of a university, so right now I'm teaching myself, but I like to do the management part. So my part is management. So, but for now I'll be teaching, yes.
So education itself, let's say.
Education. My mother and father were both teachers. I have a great respect for teaching, and I think it's also something I told you that I want to do something that's interesting and something that is useful. And I think at this time, being in Uzbekistan, I think teaching is one of those things that could be useful.
Okay, and focusing on teaching, as you are so experienced and as you have been to so many countries, I will be really happy, and I think everybody is going to be so happy to get some more information about methods, or about your teaching philosophy. Apart from that, I have heard that the first priority, yes, that is benefit, right? It should be so beneficial, so that people can find themselves, people can find the job and apply for the job and get the job they want.
Yes.
And earn the money they want to. But what is your teaching philosophy apart from benefit first?
Yes, of course, because teaching is noble profession in the world, and the reason why it demands much more responsibility from a person.
It is. One of the things that my philosophy includes is a win-win scenario. So if you're with me as an employee, or if you're with me as a partner, or if you're with me as a student, my job is a win-win situation so that you win and I win. It's not like quickly, let's just get through this and I will take your money and that's it. No, I would like you to come to me next time. Okay, my philosophy is to work with you. If you're hiring me, for example, as a consultant, my job is not to just do something so that you just show that I've done it. It's make money for you. If I don't do that, you're not going to invite me again. So my number one goal and method that you said is that to make money on both sides and make it beneficial for both sides, so that you benefit as well. And the way I do it is not just through philosophy, that I will teach you, for example, all these philosophies about English, so you would be, ooh, such a big, no, I have to make you part of this. I have to bring you that experience. You want my experience, and I want to share it with you. And for this, I need you to be involved in this. So I would like to share my experience with you. It's not like keep it to myself. No, I'm going to keep this. No. I have this experience. I want to share it with you. And then the way you can share it is by experience, by letting you have my experience, by putting you through the hardship that I went through, the lessons that I have learned, so that you also benefit and understand this. And hopefully, if I done it in a year, you could do it in 2 months. That's my philosophy.
Perfect. Amazing. Yes. And can you share with us some kind of difficult time which you encountered, some kind of major challenge, not only in your profession but also in your personal life, and how did you overcome it, and what kind of conclusions draw that?
Very good question. I have to tell especially to the young people, that life is full of challenges. And you'll meet a lot of no's. A lot of people would say no to you. A lot of people would not believe in your dream.
Sure.
When I started the Museum of Science and Technology, no one thought that I could do it. No one. I did not listen to them, to the naysayers. I listened to my heart. And I worked very, very hard at it. That's one thing. And second, I never thought, ooh, I'm the victim. Somebody help me. No, I try to do it myself. You have to, and I know you have, like young people, they have this power in them. You have it. All you have to do is rely on yourself, and you can ask for professional help, not help from anywhere. Professionally ask for help and understand, see who's doing this in a better way. So you could copy them until you find your voice, so you could do it the way you want to do it. So always believe in yourself. That's what I did. I'm a few times in my life, I really had difficult times. So what the way I did it was that I trusted myself and I did the right thing. Always do the right thing at the end. People, like for example, I have people right now that I did business with 10 years ago. They still want to do business with me. Why? Because I did the business in a way that they liked it. I made money for them or I made benefit for them. So this way they were like, we want to do work with you again. So when they hear my name, your name is everything. The thing that you have to build in your life is trust in other people. If they don't trust you, they're not even going to give you one soon.
Sure.
You know, but if they trust you that you can do it, then you can get the dream that you want and make it beneficial for everybody. So trust in yourself and then be persistent. Don't give up.
Yes.
These are the
Never
things
give up.
that will really will help you in the long run. Yes. Stay in your course, understand who's doing the right things. Of course, there is with the internet, there's a lot of people you could see. If you say, how can I do a successful business? You could see a lot of different things. See what they're doing and how persistent they are. Learn everything about the business that you're in. Okay, a lot of people just want to make money. Your goal is not to make money. Your goal is to have your customers come to you. Find a need, do it the right way. If you do a small little thing, people come maybe for one time and then they leave. But if it's their benefit for both sides, they will come to you again. And this is important. This is a reputation that you're building for yourself. This is trust that you're building for yourself. And you have to build that. And don't be like, everything is mine. You have to share. Because
Sure.
everybody gets their part.
Absolutely. Yes, perfect. And we can say that the only one who can trust you and who can benefit you is yourself. It's ourselves all the time. And this is perfect, interesting experience. Thank you very much. And generally to tell, how do you envision the highest peak of your career in this life?
Oh, you know, I'm very proud to say that I have been part of different things, different projects. And I still hope that the highest peak of my career is in the future. And I still like to go up and up and up like that. But in everything that I do, I like to build that trust with people so that when they mention my name, they say, okay, we can trust this person to do this. And I'm very proud to say that so far I have tried to build that trust and it's there. So hopefully my peak of my career would come later. I've been advisor to president of a country. I've been advisor to the ministry. I have done this TED Talk. I have written 3 books and published them, of course, in the US and all of that. But aside from all of that, I hope there is more to come.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
But I mean, do you see any limits? You have told that you have been advisor of the president. Have you ever thought about being a president himself? You know, sometimes it's better to work from behind the scenes. I'll make other people. So I'm much better being behind the scenes and working with people. I really like to work with people and build them and build their careers, build their companies maybe, and just go from there.
Perfect. And as an experienced mutual specialist in several kinds of spheres, how would you describe the impact of the language to the nation, state and society? And generally to tell, how does language learning contribute to the overall development of a nation or country?
Very good question. Language is powerful. Okay. Now we have, actually, coincidentally, I have this master class that we are teaching on Monday. You're welcome to take part. It's online and offline through the American Institute. It's talking about writing. Okay. 1 week, 3 days of writing. In this class, we are talking about the impact of language. Language is, by itself, without action, language is nothing, but the words are powerful. and it can move people to do the right things. So we will be teaching, and I will be teaching that as well. Using the right language, the right words. Sometimes you don't have to say a lot. A lot of people think if I talk a lot, I get my point across. You don't have to say a lot, you have to say the right things. So language is powerful, it can build and it can destroy. So it is a power tool, use it wisely.
Perfect. Really interesting.
I see that is the most influential tool all over the world anyway.
Sure.
Even all the millionaires, they do it wise, like learn the language as young as you are. Like it is better to learn it when you are 25 than when you are 45. So everybody believes that language is a great tool to achieve your goals, and we have seen that. For example, we couldn't have had you as a guest if we didn't know the language. So lucky we.
Well, we're not just talking about learning a different language. That's something else. Learning a different language. We're talking about the words that you use in a particular language. It could be Uzbek, could be Russian, could be English. It doesn't matter. The language that you use, the words that you use, is powerful. So there are ways that we are teaching on how to use different language for different circumstances. Okay, if you're an investor, and I'm having a good idea, I cannot talk to you for 2 hours. You don't have this much time. You have 30 seconds. Okay? In 30 seconds, I have to introduce myself, my idea, and what I want from you. It's called the elevator speech.
Sure.
Okay? In the other place, if you're writing a letter to somebody, what you say in that so that you don't talk too much, but you get your main points and you get the other person to say, I like to invest. I like to know more. And that's what you want. And even that could be a resume or a CV, that could be a cover letter, whatever it is, or a proposal that you're writing. It's called a hook, how to get someone to be interested in your idea. So these are some of the things that we will be also teaching as a skill.
Perfect. And basically, how many languages do you know?
6.
Really?
Well, I mean, I'm not good at all of them. Like, for example, I studied Russian at MGU, but I don't practice it as much because most people here want to speak English with me, not Russian. So, or in a lot of places that I go. But yes, so I've learned different languages in different countries that I worked in. And to your point, it is much better to speak in somebody's language. And I try to hopefully, in the process of learning Uzbek as well. Hopefully I will learn that as well.
Okay, perfect. We wish you good luck. And at the end of our conversation, can you share with us your future goals and some kind of plans for the future as well?
Definitely. I'm very much invested in the American Institute and the work that I'm doing and teaching. I'm open to working in different industries, especially in business and in teaching, in the education sector. That'll be very interesting for me. Hopefully we will we'll make American Institute an Ivy League in Central Asia. Oh, so bring that sort of education level in experience, not just learning philosophy, but also the experience is very much important. If you don't have the experience, whatever you learn in philosophy, you cannot put it to use. Sure. So we want to bring that into Uzbekistan, and hopefully we'll be successful with your help.
Yes, of course, that's what I'm sure. And to tell the truth, we are really wanted to continue our conversation, but our time is limited. But at the end of our conversation, we would like to wish you good health, wealth, long life, and success in your future endeavors and your future plans as well. We wish you break a leg, and inshallah, hopefully, we are going to invite you in our next live streams as well as a guest.
Absolutely, and as you say here, Kata Rahmat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our dear guest.
My pleasure. And thank you. Have a cheerful one.